Hello and welcome back to Deus Machina Demonbane. Don't let strange emotions overwhelm you. Zabaka, Randolph. Are you confused? You're Deus Kuru and no one else. You are my master and my companion. You sure like to say embarrassing things in the heat of the moment. Sorry, I'm good now. I clear my head and take a good look at where we've ended up. Below us is a blasted wasteland, spreading as far as the eye can see, its surface pockmarked with countless holes, as though the Earth itself has been consumed. Which in fact it has. It's a mystery how this planet can even stay together in such bad shape. 5 suns! This must be Yadath, although I don't remember it being such a barren place. We must have been blown pretty far into the future. I checked Demonbane's damage. First issue was the arrows sticking out of our armour. It looked like a pincushion, but it's nothing critical. The armour over Demonbane's chest, however, has been torn apart, exposing the internals. This wound must have been caused by Liber Legis' last arrow. If we hadn't been sucked through the dimensional quake, it probably would have pierced all the way through. That would have been game over. Yeah, I think I'll stick to praying to gods that aren't evil. Crown, wisdom, understanding, mercy, strength, beauty, victory, majesty, foundation, kingdom, turn, 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 about the Sephiroth. Power flows through Demonbane, responding to Al's incantation. The arrows fall out as damaged armour reseals itself. While taking the time to calm down and regain my balance of power, I start searching for Master Therian's presence. Where'd they go? Just then, my heart leaps from my throat as I sense a bloodlust different from his. I spin round. There I see the gaping mouth of a gigantic worm completely filling my sight. Whoa! Panicking, we leap into the air, and the massive jaws snap closed as we pass by the creature's head, its fangs nearly grazing Demonbane's armour. We land atop the giant worm that had just tried to eat us. Hey! It can't be that! Another worm is heading our way, slime dripping from its fearsome maw. Yes, they see us as prey and nothing more. They would normally never come into the light of the suns. The strength of our power must be drawing them. Oh, give me a break! Our power must be pretty damn tempting because more and more of them are popping out of the ground. Too bad I'm not so generous as to just offer myself up for dinner. We raise Shantak's output to maximum and escape into the sky. There's no way they can reach us up here. Kuru! Look! Yeah. That's not cool. A mountain is in front of us, like an enormous wall. Of course it's not a mountain, but a ridiculously fucking huge worm monster. This must be all that piercing the heavens thing that everybody's talking about. I'm also reminded of the story about how Son Goku and the Buddha. Shit! Oh, we've had it out with Cthulhu, this is nothing! Screaming wildly, I summon Cthulhu and Ithaqua and switch to Godbeast shells. I don't expect to blow it away with just one shot, but the yawning mouth covers the sky, falling down to engulf us. The overwhelming mass of the creature is suddenly split in half, right down the middle. The two halves of the colossal worm fall apart, filling the sky with a sour sludge like blood. Then I finally see it, floating beyond the putrid rain. Though far smaller than the monstrous creature, its presence is infinitely more powerful. Why do you waste your time with mere d-holes, Deus Kuru? I grow lonely without your attentions. Damn monster! As are you. Liber Legis' damage is no less than ours, having taken the full brunt of Ithaqua's blast. The right half of its body has been blown away, but the left half still floats in the air with sword in hand, and its one remaining eye stares unflinchingly at Demonbane. Running his sword along Liber Legis' wound, Master Therian roars. More! Give me more, Deus Kuru! Show me what lies beyond! Show me even greater heights of power! The missing half of Liber Legis' body regenerates into the blink of an eye. He wants us to use that shining trapezahedron, doesn't he? This whole thing is has been building Kuru's power up to the point where he's capable of summoning it, and this whole fight is to trick him into using it on you, isn't it? I'm calling it right now. That is the plan. That is what Naya wants. And I suspect it's what he wants as well, in his own screwed up way. Faced once again with its full imploding glory, I feel panic burning in my chest. Not enough. I am yet unsated. I thirst. I hunger. Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me! Your power, your divinity, your corruption, reveal yourself to me! All I can do is grind my teeth. What am I supposed to do against such power? Despair falls upon me like a black curtain. No, no, I can't give in. If my spirit breaks, it's over. And in a battle between sorcerers, it's belief that defines the outcome. The one who believes more fervently in his world will emerge victorious. I calm my soul, telling it not to give in to despair. But what can I do? Look. The giant worms are disintegrating, turning to dust by the sheer force of Master Therian's presence. This land will soon truly be dead. How can I match his power? Soothe me, dear Zhukuru! Liber Legis' golden sword extends until it disappears beyond the very horizon. And from the elongated shaft emerge two new blades, turning it into a titanic cross. The great sinner swings his weapon with ease, the holy cross howling like the crucified Christ as it sweeps away the atmosphere. It's only my primal instincts that keep us from being sliced in half like the land beneath us. Blistered by the waves of power left in its wake, it's all I can do to focus on maintaining our defences. When the second strike comes, I pour every last remaining power into a barrier to block it. And the shield holds for all of a second. It's no good. The barrier is cracking right before my eyes. It's gonna break! Scimitar Banzai! I know it's useless, but I summon the last ounce of power from the bottom of my soul and send it into the scimitar, bringing it up to hold back Liber Legis' sword. The blade begins to shatter. It's too strong! Scimitar Banzai bursts into pieces with a sharp crack. But our desperate defense seems to have worked. Having avoided being sliced in two by the tiniest fraction of a hair, Demonbane is sent plummeting to the earth below. The shock of impact hits us hard. Ah! Are you alright, Kuru? Barely, but ah! With the damage from the fall added to our nearly empty reserves of power, Demonbane is helpless. It'll take some time for our power to regenerate enough for Demonbane to move, or when Master Therian doesn't press the attack. Liber Legis has dispelled its cross-sword and is now waiting for us with folded arms. Shit! By using the last of my strength, I finally managed to get Demonbane moving. And Pet Master Therian's laughing his arse off as he watches us struggle. Frustration burns behind my eyes. While still supporting Demonbane on one arm and one leg, I grip Cthugru on my hand. While still supporting Demonbane on one arm and one leg, I grip Cthugru with our right hand and aim it at Master Therian. Then I freeze again. I see a golden bow formed from the body of a great black dragon. The arrow against its string is the serpent's fangs, its hellish jaws poised to consume us. The arrow flares with power, its scorching heat and blinding light far greater than even that of this world's 5 suns. Damn you! The bow of Sirius. Fire. Yes, Master. The roar of the dragon is like the thunder of bells in a monastery. The world erupts in whiteness. And when I come to, Demonbane is floating in deep space. All I can see is a rain of light, millions and billions of stars flying before my eyes. We seem to be at the centre of a swarm of comets, and far in the distance is a dark red star burning with fierce grandeur. We were tossed away just in time again. Oh, how bad. Demonbane's entire body is half melted. Looks like we've been saved by another dimensional quake, but we're not much better off. We're in the middle of an unending stream of comets. If we get caught in their wake, we'll end up as a shooting star ourselves. And it's not like we've escaped Master Therian. A sudden shadow darkens my sight. Something has cut off the light from the sun. It's an eclipse. A moon has passed in front of the red star, and around the edge of the dark circle is a ring of ruby light. Wait, that's no moon! I'm sorry, I've got to do it. It's a space station! I'm so sorry. But let's face it, we were all thinking it. As Al cries out, the surface of the dark sphere begins to crack and bleed, and from the black moon pours utter darkness. The darkness has fangs. The darkness has beaks. The darkness has claws. And the darkness has wings. The darkness has pincers. The darkness has hair. The darkness has scales. The darkness has shells. The darkness has horns. And the darkness has spines. The darkness is a cloud of beasts, monsters of every imaginable size and shape. Blasphemous creatures dripping with the foul juices of their black womb. Their howls echo through space where no sound should exist. What? They've already found us? Oh, shit! The swarm of beasts envelops Demonbane, tearing into us with their fangs and claws and beaks and horns and spines, all the devices that nature gave them to slay their prey. And at the centre of the sea of flesh, a garden of life, a cage of rape and plunder. We are the fangless sacrifice offered up to sate their hunger. Don't play the sheep, dear Kuru. You are the hunter who has come to slay the greatest beast of all. What sort of hunter gets eaten by their prey? I hear Master Therian's mocking laughter coming from somewhere. Where's he get off talking like that? We're in our last legs here, damn it! Kuru, focus this Leviathan! There's a spell at the center. There's a way to break it. Even though the monsters feast upon us, my consciousness expands through the world. My mind has the power to reveal the secrets of the world, the power to remake creation to my whim. The law of dispelling. Found it! I move Demonbane's right hand without a second thought, and placing its palm against a certain serpent's head, I activate the system. Lumeria Impact! This one is the centre of the spell, and the infinite heat of the Lumeria Impact consumes not only the serpent, but the entire cage of beasts surrounding Demonbane. Light returns to our world once again. Master Therian! Demonbane's damage is still heavy, and our power reserves are practically empty. And to make matters worse, a swarm of comets is heading straight for us. Shit. There's too many of them. We managed to dodge through the endless hail of rocks and ice by aiming for the gaps between them, but something's off. I'm not exactly sure what, but something isn't right. These comets are clearly hostile. By the time I realise it, it's too late. One of the comets that passed us has turned around for another pass, and unable to avoid the unexpected attack from behind, Demonbane takes the full force of the blow. This is his doing! We regain our balance, but more and more rocks are hurtling at us from all directions. Barrier field! We use Shantak to avoid the larger comets while deflecting the smaller ones with the barrier. 4 huge rocks come at us from all sides, so we try to escape by flying straight up, but it's not enough. The 4 comets collide and explode, and Demonbane is caught in the shockwave and blasted into open space. For an instant we're completely defenceless, and this opening proves to be fatal. A giant golden cross fills my view. It pierces our barrier with ease and comes down on Demonbane like the blade of an angry god. And at first I feel nothing. Then comes panic. At last is despair. I don't even feel the shock of the impact. Blobs of red water are floating in the cockpit, and I don't recognise what they are at first. But soon the pain hits me and I feel something hot rising up in my chest. I spit it out, unable to withstand the burning in my throat. Looks like I've finally taken internal damage. The excess energy from Master Therian's attack must have pierced the cockpits as the instruments are all in pretty bad shape. Kuru! Al must be injured too. Her voice is weak and pained. Al! I try to answer, but I just cough up more blood. My mouth and nose are filled with the taste and smell of iron. Are you alright? Demonbane shakes violently as Liber Legis grabs our motionless Deus Machina by the face. I hear the armour grinding in anguish. You still hold back your power? Oh, you must be quite sure of yourselves. Master Therian. I reach for Liber Legis' face with Demonbane's right arm. An arcane symbols appear as the energy gathers from the Lumeria Impact. But the glow is faint. We don't have nearly enough power left. Before Demonbane's hand reaches it, energy explodes from Liber Legis' palm. And that's a reasonable point to end this part, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.